and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing a anti-haul. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys products that I am not wanting to pick up, products that I'm not excited about, products that I don't really want to buy, that I don't want a part of my collection, some brands that I'm not really supporting, and I'm going to be sharing them all with you guys. A lot of times here on my channel, I do focus on things that I love so much, and I really enjoy watching anti-hauls. I like seeing people's reasons behind why they're not excited for a product or why they're not supporting certain brands. So I really like hearing what other people's thoughts are on this sort of thing, and I wanted to do it myself so you guys could kind of see where I'm at with the new releases lately and see what I'm excited for, what I'm not excited for. And yeah, so we are going to be doing this anti-haul. I do want to mention before we get started that our schedule here on my channel is I post on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That is when you'll find new videos from me, so make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss out. Also, we have our giveaway going on right now. If you guys want any info on that, I will link it down below. Let's get started with the anti-haul. Alright, so the first thing that I want to chat about is these new Kim Kardashian KKW Fragrance little Valentine's Day fragrances. So I know that there is like 3 different scents, I believe, coming out. I'm not interested in buying these. I didn't purchase any of her last fragrances. I thought the bottle was super unique and really cool. I'm just not really into buying fragrances online. I personally want to try them first. And I know that it is Kim Kardashian, and I know that a lot of people just want it just because it is hers. I think the price isn't that bad. I think it's $30 for the fragrance, which is an okay price. But I'm just not super interested in this. Honestly, you guys, I haven't purchased anything from KKW line. Not really super interested in it. I do really like the Kardashians. I support them. I have some stuff from Kylie, but I'm just not really feeling, I don't know, I'm just not really super into Kim's line. I just feel like none of the products really speak to me. I haven't really wanted any of them. I know I didn't try the contour stick, and I didn't try these little glitters that she came out with. I just haven't really been super interested in anything that she's came out with, and especially not the fragrances. I feel like kind of like celebrity fragrances are one of those things where people just get so excited because their celebrity is on there that they love so much, and they purchase them and they wear them. And do you really even like the fragrance? Probably not. Would you purchase that if it was Target brand? Probably not. You're only purchasing it because it's Kim Kardashian. And I know that that happens a lot with beauty and different products. You purchase something just for the name and things like that. But I don't really feel the need to buy Kim Kardashian's fragrances. And I definitely am not going to be purchasing these Valentine's Day fragrances. The next product on my list is the Tarte Hydrating Shape Tape Foundation. Okay, so my thoughts on the Shape Tape Foundation. I honestly am very disappointed in the fact that Tarte did not come out with more of a shade range when it comes to this foundation. I think that I definitely agree with people that this is not acceptable. This is not okay. Here is where my problem lies with this whole Shape Tape craziness. So do I think that Tarte is wrong in doing this? Definitely. Do I think it's wrong for them to slap 3 shades on there and be like, here you guys go, here's your shades? Yes, I definitely think that that is wrong. It's not okay. I think with brands, they definitely need to be more inclusive to everyone and definitely try to include everyone. Honestly, it's hard to find every single person's match. I get that. You can't do that. They honestly just can't. But for them to just put 3 foundations at the end and be like, here you guys go, that's not okay. And the fact that there's so many light shades and so many medium shades and everything like that, I just think is just kind of just rubs me the wrong way. That being all said, the other issue that I have with what's going on right now is Tarte was obviously wrong in what they did. I get that. But I also have a problem with people jumping on the bandwagon of hate. Okay, go with me for a second here. I've seen so many videos on the subject, and I just wonder how really genuine some of these beauty influencers are really being. Are they really that upset about it? I don't know. Personally, it doesn't really affect me, you know, so I can say that I am disappointed in the brand, but to say that, you know, I'm not going to use their products anymore, I can't say that because I still do love their products. But for some beauty bloggers to just say they're not going to use Tarte's products anymore because of this kind of feels to me, I don't know, it just feels not genuine to me because I feel like you're still supporting other brands who don't have shade ranges for people of color. there are plenty of brands that these high up people who are claiming they're not going to use Tarte anymore still support. So I feel like, to me, it's kind of like, it's the cool thing to do is to just jump on and be like, I'm not going to support Tarte anymore because, you know, that will make people like me more because I seem like I'm a genuine person and I really, really care. Okay, so now that we've gotten all that out of the way, the reason I am not purchasing the hydrating foundation, I still may purchase the matte foundation. I haven't decided. I want to wait till it comes into Ulta. I want to feel the formula and everything like that. So I'm not purchasing it anytime soon. But the reason I'm not purchasing the hydrating foundation, and honestly, this makes me really kind of even more disappointed in Tarte, like kind of mad, to be honest. This is their hybrid gel foundation. I own this foundation. I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, I like it, but it's not my favorite. It came out that the hydrating foundation from Tarte is this foundation in another package. Tarte has even confirmed this. They've basically said that all of the ingredients inside this foundation are exactly the same. Exactly the same. They just put them in a different bottle and put them in there differently, supposedly mix them differently so it would be a different formula. I don't really know how that works. I don't know if that's them just being sneaky and being like, well, it's totally different because we packaged it different, but, you know, if that's them just saying that to cover their own butts, I'm not really sure. I haven't tried both formulas to know. I'm just not even going to risk it because if I already have the foundation, I've seen a few reviews that are really, really good, and you can definitely tell that it looks like the same foundation. It has the same application. Everything like that is the same. The colors, everything is the same. So I'm just not even going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my money purchasing that when I already own this foundation, and it's not really even my favorite. So I don't feel like I need the hydrating foundation. And honestly, with everything that's happened with that, I don't even want to be a part of it. I think that it's kind of really, really deceiving, the fact that they just slap a new label on something and they're like, here you go, new foundation, when it's not. I'm not really a fan of that. And I feel like, I don't know, this whole situation just kind of rubs me the wrong way, and I'm really disappointed in one of my favorite brands, and that really makes me sad. So moving on, the next thing I'm not going to be purchasing is actually an entire collection. So this is the Too Faced Life is a Festival collection. I'm really kind of over this whole unicorn, rainbows. I'm just over it. I absolutely love the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. I think that palette's really cute. That wasn't necessarily a unicorn palette per se, but they kind of advertised it that way. I do like that palette. I know that I have a few other things, unicorn highlighters and everything like that, rainbow highlighters, that I do have. Wet n Wild did that collection. I do like that collection. My problem is I kind of feel like been there, done that. Like, I'm kind of over it. It was fun when it came out at first, but now it's kind of like, okay, can we move past the unicorns and rainbows, please? How many lipsticks do you need that have this bright, bright blue color that you'll never wear? How many bright, you know, I'm not into it. I'm kind of over it. I wish that these brands would kind of get off of the unicorn phase and move on. I don't really want anything from this collection. I'm not interested in it at all, and I feel like I'm over it. I'm over the unicorns, you guys. I'm just done with them. The next thing that I'm not going to be picking up is the Diamond and Blush Highlighting and Blush Palettes from Natasha Denona. Here is my reason why. These palettes look absolutely gorgeous. They look beautiful. I would love, love, love to own these palettes. My problem with why I'm not purchasing these palettes is because they're $89. $90 for a blush and highlighting palette. I know Natasha Denona is known for its high prices and for really good quality products. I would love to try some of her eyeshadows and some of her products, but I just can't get myself to buy them. I don't know if I'll ever get myself to buy them. I know people say they're great and everything, but the fact that her eyeshadow palettes are like $220 for her larger palettes, that is insane. That is so much money for an eyeshadow palette. For $89 is so much money for a highlighting and blush palette. Like, are they really that amazing? I don't know. I don't know. Like, they look nice and everything, but I can't foresee myself ever spending $90 on a palette. I just can't. I can't even spend $90 on an eyeshadow palette that's this big. Like, I just can't do it. I won't do it, and unless if one day I decide I magically need Natasha Denona's products, I don't really think I'm going to be purchasing from her brand. I want to try them. I really, really do, because I think that the products look amazing, but I just can't afford it, and I won't spend $90 on a highlighting palette. The next palette I will not be purchasing is the Morphe 24G eyeshadow palette. Here is what it looks like. I think that it is a pretty palette. I think that the colors in it are nice. I'm just not really super impressed with it. I don't really feel like I need it. I'm not really a fan of these large pans that they're doing either. Like the eyeshadow pans in it are really, really large. I don't really see the point of that. I mean, I've never hit pan on any of my Morphe eyeshadow palettes, even my Jaclyn palette, which I use all the time. I've never really hit pan on that. I know that I do have the 39A palette, and that one is huge, and it's really hard to store. I feel like it barely fits in my drawers, and it's just really inconvenient. So I kind of just, I'm not really a fan of these huge palettes that have these really large pans in them. I do like the original Morphe palettes, and I like my Jaclyn Hill palette. I like the shape of them. I feel like that's totally fine. There's a lot of shades in there, which I like, but I feel like these larger pan shadows, I'm just not really interested in. The colors are pretty. The price is good on it and everything. It just didn't impress me, and I don't really need that large of a palette in my collection. The next thing that I will not be purchasing is the new Bronze Dance palette from Huda Beauty. I really like Huda Beauty's products. I'm wearing the foundation right now. I'm just not a big fan of these little highlighting palettes. I think that they're just not really worth the $45 price. I think they are a bit expensive, and I just personally don't reach for them very often. I do feel like with this palette in particular, it's just not going to fit my skin tone either. I think that this is a little bit more of a medium skin tone type of palette, and I just don't think that it would really fit me very well, and I just don't think that I need it in my collection, and these palettes aren't necessarily my favorite products, so I just feel like I'm going to be passing over this one. No need to spend the $45 on a palette that I will not use. The next thing that I'm not going to be purchasing is the Valentine's Day collection from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, or really anything from Jeffree Star. I know that this is a touchy subject because I know a lot of people love him. I know that you guys love his products, and that's perfectly okay. I personally just do not support him, and I do not support his brand. I did follow him. I believe I stopped following him sometime last summer, I believe. I did follow him before, and as a fan of Hollywood Undead, actually, that's how I kind of figured out who he was, and when he started, you know, his makeup line and everything, I was kind of excited. And then I began to follow him on Snapchat and kind of watch more of his videos, and the more I watched him, the more I just felt icky. I don't know if like that's a bad way of putting it, but the more I just felt uncomfortable watching him. I felt very like I was doing something wrong. I'm just not a fan of the way that he talks to certain people. I don't like the way that he portrays himself. I don't like the drug use in his videos. I do not support someone who constantly feels the need to bash brands and bash other people, that starts drama, that really attacks your fans. Like, I'm just not a fan of that, and I just can't support someone who acts that way, and I just do not want to give my money to someone that I personally feel uncomfortable watching. I just can't do it. And honestly, his products look nice. They look great. His highlighters look really wonderful, but I just can't give my money to someone that I cannot support, that I do not support, and that's just how I feel. That's my opinion, and if you guys love him, that's great, but deep down in my soul, I cannot support him and what he does. The last thing that I want to talk about is the Blue Honey palette from Kylie Cosmetics. I own quite a bit from Kylie. I have quite a few of her eyeshadow palettes. This palette just doesn't really scream anything to me. I know that I have a lot of similar colors in my Jaclyn Hill palette. I know that a lot of people are kind of saying that she just took a corner out of the Jaclyn Hill palette and made her honey palette. I'm not really sure how that worked. I know that there's a ColourPop eyeshadow palette that looks very similar to this one as well. I do not own that one, but I've heard it's really nice. I just feel like I have a lot of stuff that is already very similar to that palette, and I feel like with Kylie's products, you have to really kind of really want something, because I feel like there's such like a frenzy of getting her products. Like you have to be on it to purchase her products at the beginning to get it right away anyways. I just feel like with her products, I have to be like really excited about a palette or something to really want to make that purchase, because I do feel like her shipping is really high, and unless if you get to that 40 mark or whatever, which with the palette I think you do, I just don't ever really find myself wanting to spend that much on her website to where I will get free shipping. And for me, sometimes when shipping is like $9, I'm like, do you really need that? Like, do you really want it? Because it really makes the products more expensive when they're already expensive. Like her concealers, for example, I really want to try them, but they're only $20, but then it's $8 for shipping. So then at that point, I'm already at like, you know, almost $30, and I'm like, is a concealer really worth $30? Since I've never tried it, I don't really know. You can't return it, so it's kind of like, what if it's not my shade? And there's other things that I want to purchase. I want to try like her little highlighters or whatever. If I purchase the concealer and the highlighter, I'm still not even at the $40 range, so I still gotta buy something else. And I don't know. I'm just not really impressed with this eyeshadow palette enough to purchase it. That doesn't mean I won't purchase from her in the future. I think that what Kylie has done and this empire that she's built is incredible. It's super, super inspiring. I think that it's amazing that she is so young and has built such an amazing empire, and that she really kind of thought about ways to market her things, such as, you know, beauty influencers and things like that. I think that that's incredibly smart of her, and she's kind of, being so young, I feel like she knows kind of where her audience lies and does a lot in social media and things like that. And I think that other brands have really caught on to that as well. And I think she's just like super smart in the fact that she's built such an empire and such a short amount of time, like such a short amount of time she's became really big. And I think that that's great, and I totally support her company. I'm just not a fan of this palette, and I don't think I will be picking it up. All right, I think we got through all of the products. I do want to say that if these products are products that you guys love or products you are so excited about, by all means, spend your money. Do your research though. I just want to say that a lot of times we get hyped up in wanting all the new makeup that sometimes we forget to take a step back and realize, do we really need that? Is that something that we really want? Is it something that we need in our makeup collection? Just think about that before you make your purchases, because I know that when I first started getting into, you know, beauty, I was like, I need everything. I need all the new releases. I need all the, especially in YouTube, you feel a lot of pressure to kind of purchase all the new items and get your reviews up and everything like that. But just think about what you're purchasing before you purchase it. Do you really need it? Makeup is expensive, you guys, and you are spending your hard-earned money on these products. So just make sure that they are products that you know you're gonna love, or products that you can return if you don't love them. Just make sure they're products that you guys really, really like, and that you're not just purchasing them to purchase them because everyone purchases them, or everyone wants them, or everyone, you know. Make sure you purchase what you want and what you like. And if you liked these products I mentioned, then go for it, purchase them. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. If you guys love these products, if you want to pick up some of these products, if you agree with me on any of the ones that I mentioned. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the anti-haul. I'm really curious if you guys like this type of video on my channel. And I will see you all very soon.